What's going on, guys? Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're working on the Kia Sportage. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I could find no help anywhere. So I'm going to show you how to replace a cam position sensor on a Kia Sportage SX. This is going to be a 2-liter turbocharged engine, same as in your Optima, Sonata, Santa Fe. So I'm going to show you how to replace this because this is apparently a common thing and nobody's ever made a video on it, so I'm going to. Alright, so first things first, and I do pardon, my neighbor's working on stuff in the garage as well. Great minds think alike. It's a beautiful Sunday, so we should work on cars. So the first thing you do, if you have an engine cover, you of course take the engine cover off. This one just pops off, so you don't have to worry about any bolts or anything. The next thing you're going to do, so I'm in front of the vehicle, and you'll see all these lines. The sensor's located, let me see if I can hold that, right there. That's the sensor. So one of the biggest problematic things is that everything's kind of very tight. So the first thing we're going to do is take these guys here. They're secured with bolts as well, as you can see back there. I believe they are 8 or 10 mil. Let me go ahead and verify that. Then we're going to take this one off and this one to give us some more wiggle room. So indeed I was correct. These are connected with 10 mil bolts. So we're going to go in here, loosen this one and this one. And now that they're removed, we actually have room to move this about. So the next thing we're going to do is in here, which right there, there's a little, I don't even know if you can see that. Hold on. I should have something I can use to point stuff out with. Okay. You see, oops. You see that right there? That I'm touching? Yeah. There we go. That right there is secured with an 8mm bolt. So you need to get an 8mm bolt in there, loosen that up, so that way we can get to this piece right here, which is the actual sensor. So let me warn you, I've done this once before. It's a huge pain in the butt. I'm not going to record it, but let me get to that part, and then we can already go ahead and unplug this sensor, and we're going to pull down here and pull that off, and that'll actually help you get to that part. And again, the main goal is to get to that bolt back there. That's where your cam position, this is your cam position sensor, and that's where the bolt is to get the sensor out. So another quick tip for you guys, I'm using a 10 mil wrench that is non-ratcheting. What I found out is if I go in through here and through the bottom, I can actually reach the sensor bolt much easier than I could coming from the front. So we're gonna just basically loosen this till it's hand loose, and then we're gonna get our hand in there and loosen it up. Alright guys, as you can see now, the bolt is loose. So what I'm gonna try to do is catch the bolt without dropping it. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna put the light right here, and I don't know where to put you guys. Let's see. Something like this? Yeah, something like that. Okay. So I brought a little magnet with me just in case. We're going to ever so slightly go ahead and unscrew it. Gonna put the magnet in. Oh, there's the bolt. It did not work as well as I thought it would. So let me just use my hands. And, oh, do we have it? I believe we do. Yep. Here's the bolt. And I'm going to keep this one because it needs to go back. And then we're going to do is simply wiggle this back and forth, and it'll come right out. So let's go ahead and inspect this bad boy. Alright, so I'm not really sure why these are so prone to failing, but I'm going to guess that's something to do with lack of maintenance, which I'm unfortunately guilty of because I don't really drive the car so much, so... Ooh, this looks different. They look completely different, but they're still magnetized. So I wonder if that's a revision on the part. Because if you look at this one here, well, you can see them here. They both have a different front shape to them. Interesting. Well, let's go and put the new one in and see if that takes care of the check engine light. So that's where the sensor needs to go, and this is going to be the quote-unquote hard part. So. Okay, bolt's going in. We're tightening it by hand, and then we're grabbing the 10 mil. Whew. And we're going to go ahead and tighten it down best as we can. And when you're tightening down, just make sure it's tight, not crazy over torqued, anything like that, because it is just a plastic sensor. So with that being back in, now we're going to take the plugs that we removed earlier. This one here goes right at the top, and then this one goes into the sensor. And then we're going to put our 10 mils that hold the harness back in place. And then we should be done. So once completed, of course, you want to put all of your tools back and clean up and what have you. And then you want to either disconnect the battery or clear the codes from the vehicle if you have a code reader. I'm going to disconnect the battery. And the greatest thing about this is, again, this literally only took a 10 mil socket. However, again, if you're trying to do some other things, you may need an 8mm. But the biggest thing I can stress is, of course, take the engine cover off. 10mm, 10mm, 10mm. Then the little bracket there is an 8mm. So 4 bolts to change the cam position sensor, and you should be done. If you're wondering about this, this is a diverter valve mod, so the car can make choo-choo noises. But thank you so much for watching. I couldn't find any videos of this, so I hope if one of you gets to watch this and it helps you change the cam position sensor on your 2-liter turbocharged front-wheel drive Kia, then I've done my job. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's not a win, so you win. See you next time.